What's up, everybody? Alex here. Welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another sort of record haul thing. So I'm very inconsistent when it comes to these like record haul things. I think for me, if I if I find myself posting about it, then I check myself and I'm like, Alex, you're buying way too much shit, which I already know. But then like if I post it, listen, what a bad intro. The point is, what I want to show today are, I think, 18 records or 19 records, something like that I picked up yesterday for $1 a piece. So some people may not know, I live in Columbus, Ohio. We have a plethora of outstanding record stores here, and one of them specifically downtown Columbus, Spoonful Records. On Mondays, it's Dollar Mondays. And so on the back wall, they have a whole $5 section. And then on Mondays, they are $1. Now, why do they do this? Because dumb people like me go in there and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy 10 records for $10. And I do. But then I also pick up like 3 other things I didn't plan on it. So that's why they do it. That's where they get you. Now, over the last 5 years or whatever, I've gotten so much stuff from this record store for $1. I mean, I don't even know where to count. And some stuff is like wild. Like I got an original Maggot Brain. Some original Blue Note stuff. Like kind of absurd. And, you got to know what to look for and all that kind of stuff. And it's not always a big hit or a winner. But typically when I go, I'm able to find some things that I feel really good about. Sometimes the stuff sometimes the stuff is trashed, obviously. Sometimes the record is fine, but the sleeve is trashed, sometimes vice versa, and you got a Frankenstein. You all who do this kind of stuff, you know the drill. But I wanted to show, just because I think it's fun, 18 records or whatever that I got for $1 each. These are clean. And not only is the vinyl clean on all these, but the actual covers are really clean as well. So some people might be like, why? Again, depending on your experience with record stores, a lot of times they're working with not an infinite amount of space in their store. So if they have 5 copies of Kiss's Dress to Kill for sale, maybe they'll throw another one in the $5 bin because they're like, we just got too many of these. So all that to say, let's jump into it. Again, don't want to make this too long. Hope you all enjoy it. So first one, here's the thing. I like this artist. I don't know that I love this artist, but I'm going to defend this artist because he's shown up. People like to talk shit. There's like some of these artists that people just like getting at for whatever reason. And for whatever it is recently, people love talking that shit on Billy Joel. So this is Turnstiles. Now, here's what I'll say about this record, right? Prelude to Angry Young Man. I mean, that's a prog song, people. Like, what a banger that is. I've always kind of hated this cover, and I think, like, the cover always made this feel more 80s than it is, because it's not from the 80s. But, I don't know. Anyway, Billy Joel Turnstiles. Now, here's the thing. Billy Joel records are not easy nor cheap to find anymore. I don't know what happened. There seemed to be, like, a blow-up or something. Billy Joel Turnstiles, good stuff. A little bit of ring wear here, but the disc is in really good shape, so we're feeling good there. Next, this is a band I have heard of. Not an overly expensive or valuable record. I'm laughing because I have no idea what to expect here, depending on you all. I believe this is an Irish band. I looked this up and I saw Celtic, progressive Celtic. I don't know. The band is Horslips. This is from 1979 called Short Stories, Tall Tales. I have zero idea what to expect on this. I mean, I love progressive subgenres. I don't know if progressive, Celtic rock was on my radar, but it might be now. So if anybody knows anything about this band, let me know. Okay, here's where we get good. I already have a copy of this. I have an original of it, but this record is notorious for some crazy ring wear on the originals. To me, this is one of the most important records of progressive rock. This originally came out in 1968. This is, I believe, a 73 reissue. I'll show you here why. But this is so clean, both in the cover, zero ring wear, and that is Shine On Brightly from Procol Harum, and the first of a number of Procol Harum records I'll be showing here. So why was this so important? Well, Procol Harum kind of fell into this proto-progressive rock sort of thing, specifically with this record because of the epic In Health Was an I this 20-minute, whatever, however long song it is, sort of became one of the most important and original first progressive rock epics ever. And again, I mean, just really great shape on the gatefold there. No ring wear at all. Originally on A&M 68, you would have been on that brown A&M label. Again, this was 63 or so on the reissue, but clean, so clean. Original insert. Again, this is like VG++ for sure. Pumped to have it. And a better copy of that. Same thing, I did already own this record, but it was beat to hell. It had like writing all over the cover. But again, Procol Harum, it's Whoosh. It's Home. I always call it Whoosh because of the whoosh. This, along with the next one, which I'll just show, Broken Barricades. Again, both of these are $1. Both of these are insanely good condition. Original inserts, covers are great, vinyl's great. These were like the rockin' records. This is where they let Robin Trower kind of like, go off a little bit before he would end up ultimately leave after this one. But yeah, these are great records, getting a little bit away from like the proggier stuff and into a little bit more. It's just hard rock again. Trower's ripping on here. Again, super clean. I did not have this one. This is a great replacement copy. So yeah, feeling really great about that. I always wanted this one because to me, this always just sounded like the prog record, and that's Grand Hotel. Again, in amazing condition. This one comes complete with the actual like booklet insert, which has all this. I mean, like, again, I genuinely, and again, these are not crazy valuable records to begin with, but this clean and this complete, I think these were completely unplayed. Same thing. We're going to keep on going on the Procol Harum train. Something Magic. Yeah, this is a little bit after their heyday. We're getting into 77, 78 here. Always loved this cover. Again, great gatefold here. Love that. Again, so clean. Original inserts. They're on Warner Brothers here. And again, Procol Harum is a band that I love and have the utmost appreciation for. A lot of people are not going to call them capital P prog, especially with Gary Brooker's great blue-eyed soul voice. You cannot argue their influence on progressive rock as it came. Here's an album that I was missing. This one came complete with The Shrink. Giggity. The first 10cc record. I love this cover, by the way. I didn't have this. Love 10cc. Obviously kind of fall in that art rock, art pop, could be progressive territory. Really great to have this. Again, in The Shrink, clean, ready to go. This is also in The Shrink with the hype. We're going to go to Cleveland for some later day Cleveland soul. I'm going to assume, because I'm judgmental, that this is probably not a great record, but it's in The Shrink. It's got the hype sticker, and it's Bobby Womack. Cleveland R&B, funk, soul. Obviously, his earlier stuff is the way to go. For those who don't know, Bobby Womack, you might be most popular with Across 110th Street, which definitely is showcased in Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown. This came out this is called So Many Rivers. I think this came out sometime in the mid-80s, 85, 83. I haven't listened to this. I'm excited for it. For me, it's Cleveland, so count me in. All right, now we're gonna go on a Moody. We're gonna go on a Moody Blues kick. Now, I thought I had all the Moody Blues. For those who know, it's interesting, right? You can pretty much find the first 7 Moody Blues records for, $3, $4, $5. Sometimes they're wrecked. But there's a plethora, right? You flip through any sort of dollar bin, you're gonna find Moody Blues records, and they're all amazing. Again, of those first 7, depending on what you think of Magnificent Moody's or whatever. There were some records in there I didn't even know they had. So I have all of those. I had Octave. I had whatever some of the other ones were that I wasn't as crazy about. I did not have this one, and now I do. This is Moody Blues Caught Live +5, 77 here. And as it sounds, it is their sort of live record with 5 unreleased tracks that came from the 67-68 period, which would be the period that I would want unreleased tracks from. Again, like these other ones, clean, super clean. which again is not typical for Moody Blues stuff. So yeah, I'd never had this, but I have it now. Excited. This is kind of fun. This is a UK pressing from 1989 that is a Moody Blues comp on K-Tel called Out of This World. Yeah, you got Nights in White Satin, you know, Question, all these, you know, New Horizons, Driftwood, I'm Just a Singer and Rock and Roll Band. But this I thought was just so interesting. I knew right away that it was a UK comp because you could, I'd never seen it, had the flimsier cover. And then I'm like, on K-Tel? Am I missing something? You know, I just think it's cool. So again, for $1, super clean, awesome stuff. I don't think I've ever seen this record. And I think this came out before, was it Long Distance Voyager? Maybe it did. I don't recall ever seeing this, and this is a promo, the Moody Blues, The Present. Now, again, I recognize that for Moody Blues people and for anybody, like, this is not the heyday, right? Like, this is well past the heyday. I don't think anybody at home, check me if I'm wrong, sorry kids if you're watching, whatever, I hope you're not, that's weird, but like, no one is that gonna be at home, you know, painting their walls white because Alex got, you know, $1 version of way past prime Moody Blues. But I've never seen this record. I know it's out there. It's not an overly valuable record, but for me, I was like, you know what? To add to the collection, to explore it a little bit more, let's go for it. Why not? I love that cover, by the way. That's a great cover. So yeah, this is definitely not a need. Well, none of these are needs. They're records, for crying out loud. But this is the Moody Blues. I mean, it's a big comp, obviously, that includes all their big hits or whatever from their first, you know, 7 records. But it does include one unreleased track. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, double LP. Again, perfect, amazing shape. These are so clean. Covers are in great shape. You know, I am no disrespecter of compilations or greatest hits or any of those different things. I think this is a great collection because, again, for people who love the Moody Blues, like, there's not a lot that separates Days of Future Past all the way to Seventh Sojourn. I mean, there's not a lot that separates them. So to have a comp of all those hits, great. Here's another one. Later era Moody Blues that I've never seen before. Sir Lamer. Yeah, I've never seen this before. I think it was 88, maybe? I mean, I think they only did like 3 records after this. Again, I don't recall ever seeing this. Super clean again, all things I've said a bunch of times. Just to, you know, again, impressed to find it. I have no idea what that cover is there. If anybody knows, it's like I don't even know how to explain that. Oh, well. Such is life. Okay, we're off the Moody Blues train. Let's keep going here. I do have a copy of this, but it is ripped. It is very normal to find copies of this that are ripped. And this looked a little bit better, at least the sleeve did. So again, for $1, I have to switch it out. My biggest obsession right now in soul world is Isaac Hayes. I'm like, my thing is like, if I'm feeling down, I'm putting on an Isaac Hayes record, and I'm like, that is the sexiest thing I've ever heard in my life. But this is the soundtrack to Shaft. Yeah, big double LP. Again, these were party records. They're pretty trashed usually, but this looks in really good condition. And hopefully to replace the copy I just have. So man, Isaac Hayes, I'm digging big time. What a cover too. So there's that. Let's go to Scotland for this next one. Did not have this record. I will say there is some cover damage here, but the record was really clean. That is close enough for rock and roll from Nazareth. Not familiar with this record, but I think this was 76 or so. So maybe, I don't know. I would depend on somebody else. What is this? Maybe their 4th, 5th, 6th record? Whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. Steve, if you're out there watching, I don't know what you think of this, but for $1, I'll add it to the collection. Nazareth, love that good. I'm not going to call it proto-metal, and we're talking the mid-70s here, but just good, heavy, hard rock that we love. We'll go to England for another progressive rock band. This is Strawbs. This is Deep Cuts. 76 here as well. Strawbs, I've talked about them before on the channel. Really started more of like a folky progressive band. Rick Wakeman was in the band before jumping over and joining Yes. But yeah, this is a little bit more in their kind of more proper prog, maybe past their heyday, whatever. I think it's still a good record. And yeah, fascinating cover here. We got like flowers on the vinyl. Fascinating. I will not allow people to talk shit about this man. I don't know, maybe it was a month or two ago, I finally, for the first time, bought Year of the Cat from Al Stewart. And it blew my fucking mind, man. Like, I was like, this is incredible. What a record this is. It's so like, I'm not going to say it's like capital P prog, but it's super artsy, very poppy. Compositions are outstanding. And I had to get the sister at one to it too. Time Passages. I love this stuff. Again, really clean. Everything's great with this. But that record blew me away. I mean, I know people probably throw Al Stewart into like yacht rocky, like soft rock territory. And, you know, if you like that stuff, you just can't be cool on YouTube. But it blew me away. I'm all in. Give it to me. And last and certainly not least, we love this guy, especially from Ohio. And this is kind of an interesting copy, but it's Joe Walsh. But seriously, folks, what was the big hit on here? Life's Been Good was the huge hit on here. This is kind of an interesting copy because although it is not a white label promo, which all the promos were for Asylum, it is a normal label, but as you can tell, has promotion not for sale. So kind of a cool copy again. I mean, that disc looks outstanding. And of course, Joe Walsh is just the friggin' man, especially during this time. So there you go. There's the 18 records or whatever it is. If you have these, let me know what you think. If you hate me, also let me know what you think. Appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Yeah, hopefully you get some good snags as well soon enough. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.